Welcome back, Mother Cuppers. Woo! Man! It is week 8. Week 8 of the pre-cup. Here we are. We got the gang back together. We're all here this go round. Anthony's holding a putter. Very good.
Football season's over, right?
Putting along.
Gearing up for the Masters. Oh, yeah, man. Week 7 is gone. 7 weeks are in the book. We have reached the halfway point. Um, you know, I thought about doing a thing because it's just so weird. The halfway point, anyway. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players sitting at 5 or more wins. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, 6 players at 2 wins or less. It's just unbelievable. It's weird. I haven't seen this before in the DOC. Consequently, everybody at the top, very good chance of making the playoffs, according to ESPN. Everybody at the bottom, the highest is 38% to make the playoffs. So halfway point, and there's some things going on. But how do we get here? We got to do the recap. Injuries. Yeah, no, injuries is right. That's how we got here. That's how a lot of people got to this record. I mean, it's just bananas, man. It's been every week somebody important goes down. Some teams have been relatively unscathed, but I think everybody's had some kind of a loss. And then this week, week 8, we have somewhat of a bipocalypse with 6 teams on bye, 6 teams that have important fantasy players on them. So, I mean, crazy, but
Another way to look at it too, though, is 7 teams make the playoffs, and if we've got 6 teams that are sitting kind of, sort of, pretty, still early, albeit
yeah,
halfway, that means nobody's out of it. Like, even if you're 1-6 down at the
true.
bottom, like Nate, like you're right there.
Yeah, it's gonna be a mud wrestling tournament to the back of the finish line.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh man, for sure, for sure. Yeah, so it's everybody's still very much alive in the DOC as of right now. Let's talk about last week a little bit and then be done with it. Been doing this recap blitz, and I'm going to do it again. So this week's blowout of the week, Paul took down Anthony, 178 to 90, 88-point differential. That's a lot.
Oh, I owe him a gift too. I could get that out.
Yeah,
Forgot to do it.
you gotta do something. Make sure it's humiliating. It needs to
Threw myself in the trash last week.
be. Yeah,
Worse. We need it to be worse.
so good.
Worse.
Logan, you took down Nick Manarino, 143 to 97, a 46-point differential. Eddie took down Nate, 151 to 113, 38-point differential. Andrew beat me 118 to 99, 19-point break. Chris beat Seth. Chris is no longer sitting on my chair back here. That's Nate. For those of you who haven't met him, Nate, say hi. That's what he does.
Nate, you took too much Ozempic. You gotta go back the other way. Have a Snickers.
You went too far. Chris beat Seth 149 to 144, which was like 5.5 points. Really, I didn't go into the decimals, but Greg beat Derek by 102 to 97, which was almost exactly 5 points. So I thought I should make that um, adjustment. Anyhow, that was the recap, and
Well
we
said.
don't have a Valley Trader this week. We don't have anything else to talk about. The only thing we have left to do is to dive into week 8. Do you have anything you want to say about week 7 before we move on?
No, it's over.
Yeah. Deuces, week 7. Lizard.
You know what I want to say, actually? Sorry, before we cut. I can't believe the Dolphins didn't win straight up.
Oh my
Oh
goodness.
yeah, weird.
That's Tua, known for playing well in bad weather. It's just shocking, shocking outcome.
He's been so good this year.
Yeah.
Strange.
Or Mike McDaniel doing a really good job.
Hmm.
Anyway, I don't know what made me think of that. Oh, it's probably because all the money that's not in my pocket.
Yeah. Yeah, we were 7-5, I think.
Yeah, it wasn't
I mean, there were
close.
other
But what
reasons.
if?
Oh, you're right. No, no, that was a wildly bad pick. Hmm. I don't know who made it. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. That was also part of week 7. We're moving on. It's week 8. Lizard, take us into it.
Drinking out of cups, being a bitch.
All right, so let's see how we've done so far this season. Anthony, you are sitting at a cool 28 and 14. All right.
Pretty good.
Logan,
Yep.
26 and 16, respectable. And I am 23 and 19, which is still better than half. So I'm feeling pretty good about that as well. Oh, gotta get those numbers up. Coming for you, Ant.
It's
Coming.
kind of funny. Last year, my team was good and my picks sucked. This year, my team sucks and my picks are good. What's that tell you? I don't know. We're gonna let the boys in the lab think about it.
Yeah, you gotta
Which
figure out
one do
what
you
to
prefer
report to.
being good at?
Not this one.
Okay. Okay.
It's all about the ratings. All about the ratings. All right, let's get into this week's matchups. We're gonna start it off with Nate and Nick Manarino. It's Yo Soy Fiesta taking on Stormy Daniels in this week's Toilet Bowl. Gross. Gross. What do you have to say about this matchup? I gotta say the quarterbacks are fun. We got Bo Nix on Nate's side. We have Joe Flacco for Nick. The running backs are the tale of two different teams here. On Nate's side, Alvin Kamara, Tony Pollard, they're pretty scary. On Nick's side, J.K. Dobbins, Josh Jacobs, very, very solid. Gotta love those. Nate's got some question marks at wide receivers, and Nick's wide receivers, even though they are fun, they are also question marks. Anthony, how are you feeling about this matchup?
I think Nick's running backs are the best unit going in this game. Both got good matchups. Pittsburgh's D, for being the most expensive D on paper in the league, has not been. They're just not good. Josh Jacobs scores a touchdown basically every week. Dobbins going up against a really shoddy Dallas defense. Even though Jerry says they're on the hunt for a big time defensive playmaker, maybe they get some kind of defensive end with those two picks they have. That'd be a great fit. Great hole to fill, huh? But yeah, Nate's team missing a ton of guys on bye. Kyron, Bowers, Cup, the Lions defense. Not that that's special, but probably should have started Justin Herbert, it seems, tonight. Already 25 points sitting down there on the bench. We're only at halftime, so that's a tough miss.
Yes.
Um, yeah, I don't love Alex Pearson next his flex spot. That is a real shot in the dark. I'd probably go Terry, even with Mariota starting. If he was full practice today, so it seems like he's back. I think that's a better option than Pierce, honestly. But yeah, I think Nick takes this one.
Yeah.
I haven't the slightest idea who he should put at flex. There's not a lot of good options. I don't love Terry. I mean, I love Terry, but his first game back, um, Alec had a decent week and he's been decent, but Josh Downs was out last week due to the concussion. He's going to be back. And so those targets are going to be spread out more so, you would think. And they're probably just going to be running the ball all day until the midway through the third quarter when they take all their starters out, which might be good for Alec Pierce. So I
Hmm,
don't. But Roma
fair.
Dunze, not sure what to make of him. Week 6, he was He had 2 receptions for 32 yards. Last week, he had 2 receptions for 31 yards. What's he going to do this week? I don't know. Baltimore's defense is shit, so that's good. But you just figure he was right before he went on this slump. We thought he was breaking out, and then just like kind of out of nowhere, here we are.
He had a touchdown taken off the board in the Washington game on a
That's true.
horrible flag call.
That's true.
So give him that. That week doesn't look that bad. He had a really couple bad drops last week against the Saints too. So that score's definitely on him last week. That should have been a better game, and he hurt them last week with a couple bad drops.
That's fair. You hit it on the head, Josh Jacobs. I mean, he was a true game time decision last week, and I was of the impression that he wasn't even going to play. Uh, Calf injury. Well, he had 2 touchdowns last week. Didn't seem hampered at all, even though his snaps were down. JK's playing. I think you were kind of nice to Dallas. Their defense is fucking terrible. JK should have a great game. And look at us here in week 8, and we're looking at Joe Flacco like, yeah, pretty good option.
Why not?
Not bad. Not bad. And I agree. I think he's gonna have a pretty good game. The over under right now on his pass yards is like a gazillion. I forget actually, but it was quite a bit. And Sauce Gardner's not there. You got to think his receivers are going to eat. Other side, a couple big misses due to bye weeks, injury, whatever the case may be. Wandale did have 12 targets last week,
He always does.
so that's something. But even though Bose should have a good game, I don't think it's going to be good enough to make up for what he's going up against. I don't think there's going to be a very high scoring game at all. That's why it's a toilet bowl. But I guess I'll give it to Nick.
Well, then I'll go Nate. Well, Nate. I think Bo Nix will be just fine. I think Debo gets in the end zone. The only thing I like, I think I'd almost play Cade Otton over Darnell Mooney. Go double tight end, Dallas Goedert and Cade Otton. But Nate, you do you. I'm giving it to you, buddy. Let's roll. All right. Next we'll do Seth and Derek. It's 8 ball and 2 MCs taking on Kicking It. A couple guys needing a win, both 2-5. Somebody's got to get a win, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Lamar is projected points. Been practicing limited. Vegas has the line going towards Baltimore, so I'm assuming he's gonna play. So that looks fine. Swift had a question mark next to him. Did he is he good to go now?
It's
So
the
he was
same
limited.
coin. Yeah, he's fine.
Yeah. Just rest.
Seth's wide receivers and tight end are solid. Tucker Kraft's gonna probably be fine against Pittsburgh. Tedero and McMillan and Michael Pittman, awesome. On Derek's side, Baker doesn't have many weapons. He's got Ibuka. That's it. That's end of list. Check out. Kate Otten, I guess. Kate Otten. But Derek's running backs are solid. Saquon and Devon Achane should do work. And Derek Logan, I think you mentioned it last week. He's like wide receiver 2 land, but they are the best wide receiver 2s to have. Higgins, Addison, Pickens. Yeah, solid. Can't be mad at it. I think I'm going to give the win to. Jesus. God, I think this is going to be pretty close. Super close. I'm going Seth.
Yeah, this projection isn't taking to, or it is taking into account that Seth doesn't have a defense in yet. And he doesn't have one on his roster yet. So not sure what he's going to pivot to at this point, but he's going to have to make a switch there. Derek's team, I would still think, even with losing Tyreek, would be better than his record is, and it's not even like he's losing blowout, like high scoring games. He's just not scoring that much. Saquon's been a disappointment. Um, Higgins, it's been hot and cold. Pickens is one of the best receivers in the league, though. Baker's been one of the best quarterbacks in the league. You would think that would equate to a few more wins. But I don't think it's going to this week, to be honest. You know what? No, I do think it is going to this week. Baker, rivalry game against New Orleans, already talking shit. I think Baker schedules a press conference daily just so he can get a little shit talking out of his system. He doesn't want to bring that home, you know. He's got to get that out of get those juices out a little bit. It's crazy. Do you see anybody else that has a press conference every day? It's wild. Um, I think this will be pretty high scoring because I do think Lamar is going to play. I think Houston's defense slows McCaffrey down a little bit. Maybe he only has 20 this week. I think that'll probably be enough to be the difference. I think Derek will get this one.
Yeah, Vegas has the over under for the Baltimore Chicago game at 49.5. ESPN's got Lamar scoring 28 points. I chuckled earlier because ESPN also has Justin Fields projected with 1 point. Not sure how that's going to play out. But I imagine Justin Fields will be falling off the roster in order for Seth to pick up a defense, unless he wants to get rid of his current defense, which would make sense also. But Lamar seems to be back, limited today, but I think he knows that playbook pretty well. Probably doesn't need to practice. How about Swift, though? DeAndre Swift, no one seems to be giving him a lot of love, and I get it, but
They've
how
figured
do you
it
feel,
out.
man? 2 weeks now, 25.5 at Washington, 21 versus New Orleans. Now he's playing Baltimore, playing pretty well, playing pretty well. And Chase Brown quietly had his best week of the season. Didn't get in the end zone, but he ran for 108 yards on just 11 carries this past week. Now playing a porous shit team in the Jets. That's probably going to be a good game too. Not to mention CMC is on the roster, pretty strong. Running back core, and then you said Baker's one of the best quarterbacks in the league, and I kind of agree. Certainly wasn't last week, but that's not why he's losing games. Is he's losing games because his first round pick has been playing very poorly. Saquon is averaging like 2 less yards before contact this year than he was last year. And it doesn't matter how good he is. That's a huge deal. That's 6 fucking feet. I mean, that O line's just not what it was, and it's killing Derek. All other things aside, if Saquon's not going to be Saquon, he's going to struggle. Lamar's back, giving it to Seth.
All right. Seth it is. All right. Let's get into the next one. The next one is me and Anthony. Let's make a deal. Going up against Buck this season in the Pre-Cup Showdown, Part 2. All right. Logan.
Yeah, let me lead y'all in. We got a nice little showdown here. Pretty cool. 4-3 versus 2-5. And Oronde Gadsden the second, right on cue, going banana sandwich. At halftime here, he's got 18.7 points. This guy's kind of legit.
Mm.
Wow. Great, great pickup on Anthony's part. And Lord knows you needed one. You needed a winner, buddy. I'm glad you got one because otherwise you're relying on these young running backs in the Monday night game, Bill and Brashard. Which, by the way, I meant to pick up Brashard.
Mm.
I fell asleep early and playing, so I think that's actually an exciting pick. I don't know if it's going to pay out. Exciting pick though. Got a lot of work this past week. I think he had 50 yards receiving. Kansas City is clicking. It's probably going to be a this week, that week kind of thing. But if he
Mhm.
sticks around and now Pacheco's playing like 47% of snaps versus before, Hunt's hampered, hurt. He didn't play as many snaps. That might be a thing. Could very well be a thing. Um, Bill has sucked butt the past 2 weeks against really shitty defenses. That's not awesome
Mhm.
uh, for a lot of reasons. But it should be an interesting Monday night, assuming this matchup is still close. You even got Jalen Noel there. Um, Fix your flex. But I get that you've got Noel there because um,
Nico,
Nico's out with the head, and
Kirk.
Christian Kirk's not going to play, so it might as well be him. So I think you've kind of got a high ceiling this week. I don't want to blow too much smoke, but the Chargers have 16. Arande's doing well. Caleb, Baltimore's defense is really kind of
Gettable.
shitty. Nick, on the other hand, no JSN first week this year that you don't have JSN. I think you're going to miss him as he is the best wide receiver in the league right now,
Mm.
um, which is crazy to say. Um, Still no Wilson, but with Mike Evans out for basically the rest of the year, Egbuka to the moon as if he wasn't already in orbit. Um, didn't think he was going to play last week. He still had 12 targets. I mean, this guy, what a superhero. Bijan against Miami. Um, Good Lord. Both those guys are going to have such a good game. I don't love everybody else you have in the game in this matchup. Like, don't love Jordan Mason. He has 1 point right now. Josh Downs coming back from a head injury. Ugh. Kareem Hunt, we're putting at flex. But I get it. You don't have a lot of options here. So you're just going to have to hope that Bijan and Emeka go bananas. And Daniel Jones does, handles his business against Tennessee. This is a toss-up, guys. I know, generally speaking, Nick's got the way better team, but because of these buys, injuries, I've got upset of the week. Anthony.
All
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
I'll put it on the screen there.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Weird.
I'll go here, Nick. You're the better team. But before these games started, you're missing JSN, Garrett Wilson, Jameson Williams, Amari and Hampton, and
Yep.
you were still projected to win this matchup by 20.
Yeah.
Tells you this
Games.
tells you tell you this tells you the state of my team. But halfway through, a little more than halfway now, this first Thursday night game, the El Scripto has El Flipto. New projections are sitting at 119 for your boy, 113 for you. So a quick flip. Jordan Mason really hampered by the return of Aaron Jones, it seems. TJ Hawkinson, fucking invisible. I don't, has he been on the field? I don't know. My boy Aronde there, just balling, just balling. Let's see him get to 25 before this night's over. Little short, little pick six for the Chargers defense. That'd be lovely. Because after that, it starts to get scary. Worthy, Waddle, terrifying. Noel, yeah, it's a decent play given the situation, but you can have two catches for 14 yards very easily. Those running backs I have could combine for six. You know what I mean? So there's definitely a lot of potential for this to be my best night of the week, by far. Bijan versus Miami, if he doesn't have 30, I'd be surprised. Um, yeah, Daniel, that game's got Daniel Jones rushing touchdown or two written all over it there in Tennessee. Um, I'm gonna go with myself,
Give it to you,
but
buddy.
it's gonna be a high wire act, that's for sure.
Dude,
It's gonna rely on your team stinking.
exactly. Yes. Moment, they are smelling like the doo-doo. Goodness gracious, man. Look, I got Jones in. Daniel Jones, who has been great, and I should have played him all season long, save 2 weeks. It would have been great. But I keep putting Jordan Love in. And I kind of want to put Jordan Love in this week. I'm going with Daniel Jones. The problem is he might not play after the third quarter. Like they might be beating Tennessee so bad that he didn't even play the rest of the game. Bijan's going to be great. Ibuka's going to be great. Those are my heroes. They need to score all the points.
Mm.
Aaron Jones has not hampered Jordan Mason. Aaron Jones currently has scored zero point 0.9 points more than Jordan Mason. Jordan Mason has 1.2. So they both suck equal. Actually, the Vikings suck tonight. That's what's going on. Hawkinson with no catches. You hate to see that. On tight end week, no less.
Mm.
Come on. Come on, Hawk. Look, the things I wrote down are Caleb against Baltimore. I don't love it. I'll tell you why. Baltimore's defense is kind of back. We'll see how it goes. Definitely have something to play for. Um, I wrote down before the game even started, I wrote down Gadsden dot dot dot, knowing full well this was going to be the wild card in this game, and he scored 18.7 points. Great pickup. Um, thing that worries me most about your team is that there's a lot of them playing on Monday night. So I don't get to rest. I'll be watching that
No.
game no matter what. But I don't get to like leave Sunday and get to breathe a sigh of relief because I either won or I lost. I have to burn through the Monday night game with not only my boys playing, but you playing one of my boys and a couple of guys against me. I threw Kareem Hunt in there, not because he was my only opportunity. I almost picked up no, almost did. Almost looked at another option there for Kareem Hunt. But I went, you know what? I want somebody on Monday night to counteract this three-headed monster you got going up against me on Monday night. So dude, I don't know who's gonna win. It's probably gonna be you, but I'm gonna pick me. Take you out.
Hunt didn't practice at all today.
Yeah, well, he doesn't have to practice. He's a veteran.
He's old and fat. He knows where to go.
He knows the play.
For what it's worth, I picked you prior to kickoff of this game.
Thank
Really, that was bold.
Yeah, very good.
No, I mean I picked Nick.
Oh,
Yeah,
that makes more sense.
yeah.
Good.
Felt pretty confident about it too.
Yeah, thanks for snip snap.
Yeah, well, can't ignore what's right in front of me, man.
No, I get it. I get it. I don't blame you. I should have picked Anthony too. Smart money's on Anthony right now. Jesus Christ. All right, moving on to the next one. We got Chris, we got Andrew. The kingdom has fallen. Is going up against CD's nuts.
Hmm.
Dude, Chris's team seems ready. Like they wanna take off. They're right there. The problem is AJ Brown has a hamstring thing going on all of a sudden. You don't love that for a team that's getting ready to take off. Who's the guy playing right now? Will Reichard. He missed a field goal right before halftime. He's got 4.5 points. Um, he's got a bunch of Chiefs going on Monday night, so Andrew's in the same boat I am. He can't rest easy after Sunday. But he's got the Rodgers revenge game on his mind. Starting Aaron Rodgers. Dude went off last week. Good for you. Doesn't have Stafford this week. Makes sense. You got to start Rodgers. His wide receiver studs are going in the same game. Cortland Sutton's going to have a monster game going up against Dallas, and CeeDee Lamb is CeeDee Lamb, so you got that going for you. And he also has George Kittle on this roster. It is tight and weak. George Kittle will go bananas. I am giving the game to Chris.
Yeah.
I think it's time for the kingdom to rise from the ashes here.
Mhm.
Rashee Rice comes back, scores 2 touchdowns in his first game. Are you kidding? Um, Jamar's otherworldly right now. They're just gonna shred the Jets. With as I think Logan said before, no Sauce even playing. Um, that AJ Brown injury that does throw a wrench in things for Chris. He's got some options. He can go Diggs. He can go Woody Marks maybe. Dalton Kincaid in there, double tight end. Um, but he's got the projections are on his side. Josh Allen in Carolina. That you like the looks of that. I don't hate Andrew's squad, especially Kittle tight end week. That's got a recipe for 100 and a touchdown all over it. But the Vikings D is shitting the bed right now. They did just grab an interception, so that gave him a little bump. I think this is going to be closer than the projections have it right now. 11-point win for Chris live, but I think Jamar is going to go crazy again, and that's going to be the biggest scorer of the week, and that'll get it done. Chris.
Yeah, it is tight end week. George Kittle didn't have a catch this past week. Just blocked. Played all game. Very important
Blocked.
to the Niners' success, but don't think he had a target. But that's kind of how Kittle is. He'll block all game one week, and then the next week he'll have 2 touchdowns and 150 yards. That kind of tracks this go around. It is Rodgers' revenge game, but maybe it's the Packers' revenge game against Rodgers. I mean, it doesn't really matter how you dial it up or what the narrative is. Micah Parsons is going to be on the other side of that line, and I think he's going to eat Rodgers up. So I'm not putting a lot of stock in Rodgers being as successful as he was this past week against Green Bay. The AJ thing is concerning. He didn't practice yesterday. He didn't practice today. It's a hamstring. I would assume he plays just kind of out of nowhere, popped up out of nowhere. But Rice and Kelsey, Monday Night Football versus Washington. Our defense, I feel like I say it every week. We don't look great. Mahomes in prime time terrifies me. And Jamar. I'm going to talk about Jamar. No sauce. I've got Chris pretty comfortably this week.
All right, let's get into the next one. Next one
Lamar
is,
had 23 targets last week.
yeah, that was a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this matchup's going to be Greg and Eddie. Bang, bang, scissor gang taking on McConkey. Moo, moo, moo. Just going to say it differently every week.
Oh, shoe update. I passed the bag along to Chris.
Oh,
Smart.
shit.
So it's in his hands now. I don't know if he secured the delivery or not.
It's different zip code now. Doesn't matter. It's out of your head. All right. So Greg and Eddie. One of these guys was hurt pretty badly by the bye week. The other one, not so much. Greg is the not so much. His team looks really good. He's got his Ravens back, and I think that adds to his team looking good. It's a different animal when Lamar is playing, and all signs point to him being a go. And he's got options on the bench if he doesn't decide he wants to go down the road he's currently on. So good for you, Greg. Good for you. On the other side, Eddie is getting it done, man. 6-1 from beer mile to this. And even though he has Laporta and Gibbs and Kyler Murray on a bye, he is still projected to win this matchup as of right now, 146 to 136, with Vidal having 12 and a half and McConkey having 21 points. So, yeah,
That's big.
that's solid. I don't love his quarterback this week. Stroud against San Francisco. Might be okay, but San Francisco's been one of those defenses where you just don't really know what's getting ready to happen. Jonathan Taylor, though, playing like the best running back in football. On the other side, however, Brees Hall also holding his own on Greg's team. Dak Prescott is definitely an upgrade over CJ Stroud. I'm going to give it to Eddie. I think DK has a decent game on Sunday night.
Yeah, I probably would have said Greg before the games kicked off. But this is exactly what Eddie needed out of this one. Jefferson only with 13 right now. Um, Lad already over 20, and then you're losing Gibbs, but to get that replacement running back into double digits early in the third quarter, that's pretty sweet there. But yeah, the quarterback discrepancy is the biggest thing. Um, I swear to God, dude, the Texans offense is like freaking rubbing glass in your eyes. It's their offensive coordinator last year was terrible, and they somehow found a guy who runs a lamer scheme than fucking Slowick did. This is one of the guys that like passed by McVay in a Starbucks line once, and they were like, "Oh, let's get him over here." But yeah, Greg's team with the Ravens healthy, pretty tough. Not a lot of holes there. Brees is a little banged up. You can go to Chuba though. I wouldn't hate that pivot to Chuba, obviously, honestly. Um, but the Jonathan Taylor against the Titans, he's gonna get sexy. He has 3 games already this year where he scored 3 touchdowns. That's unreal.
Four.
I mean, what the hell? It could very well be the fourth one this week. So I'm gonna go Ed. I think he keeps it rolling. Moo.
The Vidal points are a big deal. Lad points are a big deal. The fact that Carson Wentz looks absolutely broken in half right now is a big deal because it's certainly hurting Justin Jefferson. And I do expect some garbage points to be coming his way here before long,
Oh yeah.
but not if Wentz like can't use his left arm. I know it's not his throwing arm, but you still need your arms. Yikes. Safe to say Lamar's playing, and good thing for Greg. Good Lord. He's got Andrews, he's got Flowers, he's got Henry. Every one of their success stories is written by Lamar's health. That's why he's 5-2, because of the strong start. I think 2 out of the 3 hit. I think Derrick Henry's due to get back to being Derrick Henry. Just need to shake off whatever the hell was up in his brizzle. I don't feel good about Brees Hall, but I feel better about Dak than I do CJ, given all the stuff that Anthony just so eloquently put. Um, I think it's gonna be close. Give me Greg. Give me Greg.
All right.
Scissor gang. Logan's always been Scissor gang.
All right, let's get into the last matchup. It is Paul. It is Logan. We got straight out of Collins taking on Podoc. 6-1 versus 5-2. Paul's bye week is brutal. I mean, brutal. Amon Ra, Kenneth Walker, Devontae Adams, Zach Charbonnet. Brutal. Logan's not so much. Brian Thomas, Ashton Genty. And because you do not have Genty, you're going double tight end with Harold Fannin and Tyler Warren. And I gotta tell you, I don't hate it. I actually love it. Is Njoku back?
Maybe.
Might be. If he's not back, I like it a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I think Hurts is gonna be awesome this week against the Giants. And Devonta Smith, I think, is going to be a recipient of a lot of that. So I do like that for you. Keenan Allen with 6.5 so far. You're hoping for more. You're hoping for more. On Paulie's side, Patrick Mahomes, I hate to say it, probably going to have a freaking day on Monday night. And beyond that, though, I mean, Javonte Williams, that's a tough get against Denver. Ramondre against Cleveland. You don't love either of those matchups on Paul's side. You do love the tight end matchup because Jake Ferguson is matchup proof. But Aaron Jones has only gotten him 5 points in the flex, Paul. It's the flex, dude. It's Thursday. You can like trans. I shouldn't say anything, dude. You're 6-1 right now. That's where I'm at. But dude, 101. Put your flex running back in the running back spot. Put Ramondre in the flex. Then maybe you could transition Colston Loveland if you so deem worthy. Anyway, I say all that to say this. I am gonna give it to Paul.
Hmm.
Yeah, you're both kind of getting stinkers right now on Thursday night. Quiet for Keenan, but I think he's got a better chance of ending this game in double digits than Jones does at this point.
Yeah.
Paul's getting brutalized by this bye week. Kind of nice to get it all out of the way at once, I guess, like that. Still got Mahomes, still got Javonte Williams, still got Ferguson, who's hot, but tough matchup in Denver. Logan side, James Cook, good matchup. Hurts, good matchup. Devontae on the outside there, good stack. Could be a big Devontae week if AJ Brown is banged up and not able to go. I love the double tight end stack. Warren should be look pretty dominant against the Titans. Njoku, I think, still a little bit up in the air to play this week. It looks like he's kind of back at practice a little bit, but you'd love it to see if he was on the shelf again for Fannin. But otherwise, you'd probably go to. I'd think about Golden. Seems like he's coming on. Possible breakout game this week for him. Yeah, I think Paul just got too many buys. He can't possibly win this week. I'm gonna go Logan here.
He could win. I mean, it's possible, but yeah, no St. Brown, no Devontae Adams, Nico probably not due to the concussion. No Ken Walker, no Charbonnet. He's playing four fucking Chiefs on Monday night. Just hoping that Hollywood catches one of those touchdowns, maybe a couple of those touchdowns. Jake Ferguson, that's nice. Ramondre wouldn't want to do that. Wouldn't want to have to roll him out. Javonte, tough defense. Still like him. I've just been kind of getting lucky. You know, picking up Rashad White when I did, that was luck. The fact that Bucky's still out, that's luck. Getting James Cook back from bye. We'll see what's going on with, if Njoku plays, I'd have a hard time playing Fannin just because it's been Gabriel's garbage, and
He's bad.
I'd probably shoot my shot with Golden. Just hope that he actually gets a nice long one. I hope it doesn't matter. I mean, Paul shouldn't be able to have this many people that are so good not playing and win. That wouldn't seem fair.
He has Nico Collins, Amon-Ra, Kenneth Walker, Devontae Adams, Charbonnet, and Drake May on the bench, and the lineup he started instead was projected to outscore my lineup by 20 points.
Yeah, he's got a really good team.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes back to QB1 status. Crazy. I'm going to pick me because I think I got lucky enough. I bet it's closer than we fucking think.
I think it's gonna be wildly close. So if it's closer than that, anyway.
Too close to even talk about.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Whoa.
wow. I'm gonna write epics about this. Anyway,
That's the flag.
Anthony, how's the putting game?
Dude, let me tell you, the greens are beautiful.
Yeah.
The pin placement, that guy was mad that morning. Like he was putting these things on the sides of hills, like on the edge of a plateau. It was tough. The greens were tough.
Yeah, that guy's a douchebag sometimes. I'm with you. All right, very good.
Good
Well,
job.
if we don't have anything else to say about week 8, this is what we said.
Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years. I'm rocking my pants, putting suckers in fear, making the tears rain down like a monsoon. Listen to the bass go boom, explosion, overpowering over the competition. I'm towering, wrecking shop. When I drop these lyrics that'll make you call the cops. Don't you dare stare. You better move.
All right, boys, that is how we think it's going to shake out. Now,
Competition's paying the
to the moment you've all been waiting for. This week's guaranteed, locked and loaded pre-cup parlay. Logan, what are we winning this week?
You know what? We just barely missed last week, and we were
We
looking
just
at
barely
some
fucking miss every week.
crazy. I mean, we were gonna come home with 610 bones last week. We were 2 for 3. Yeah, it was pretty bad odds.
What was the, oh my, I didn't realize that.
It was
Yeah.
210. He's very close.
No, I think it was like 610.
It's like 2.
Maybe that was the odds.
Plus 6.
The odds were like plus 1,200 or something like that.
Million. I
It
have
doesn't
it written somewhere. Whatever. We were close.
We're gonna win a bunch of money, and we didn't.
Had only Justin Fields not got pulled at the beginning of the third quarter when the game was still within a touchdown, just after Aaron Glenn made a mockery of a reporter for even suggesting he might potentially bench the guy. Whatever. I'm not mad. This week, though, good vibes only. All right.
Vibes.
All right. Let's see what we got here. We're gonna have Cincinnati over 13.5 first half points against Aaron Glenn's Jets. That's sitting at minus 104. 2 touchdowns gets us there. I feel pretty good about that.
Okay.
All right. Yes. How about Dak against Denver? Yeah, he's been on a heater. MVP caliber thus far. First half of season. We've got him throwing over 1.5 touchdowns. So that's 2 passing touchdowns for Dak. That's currently sitting at minus 130. He's got CD back. Pickens has been on a tear. Ferguson's hot. That seems incredibly reasonable. James Cook coming back from a bye week. He has had 2, couple down weeks from James Cook's, general output, but I've got him scoring a touchdown, anytime touchdown against Carolina, who's better than we give him credit for, but great odds, minus 150. I think he gets it done. Altogether, that's plus 478. $15 brings us back 81.76.
Oh.
Love it. I feel good about it.
Okay. That gets us closer to the black.
Mhm.
We just got to win one. We win one, and then 2's coming right behind it.
At this point, I think it's more unlikely that we continue to miss. At some point, probability has to turn on in our favor, right?
Only real ones are still trailing these bets.
Right.
The realist ones.
The realist. Oh my goodness. Yeah, right on. Okay, lock it in, boys. We got this one. All right, gentlemen. Do you have anything else to say before we let them enjoy the rest of their Sunday?
Yes, sir.
No. All right. Well, in that case, gentlemen, enjoy the rest of your week. Best of luck to you. And Mother Cuppers, stay safe out there. We'll see you next time.
Good luck, boys.
I know that there is pain, but you hold on for one more day and break free from the chains. Yeah, I know that there is pain, but you hold on for one more day.